Clear prop! Start, no fire. You have oil pressure on the right, it's good. Also good on the right, also good on the right. Those engines here, about what we expect. Engine start checklist complete.
Should we shut the canopy?
Yeah, if you wish,
That's
up
all
to
right.
you.
Marvellous. And ready for taxi?
Yeah, all
Lovely.
good.
Okie dokie. With a twin is the prop doesn't blow the water off the windscreen.
No, not until you've got a bit of forward speed. When you've got forward speed, it'll come off.
The man said Hotel 430, which is to the right.
Yeah.
Slowing down a bit for the turn. My legs are knackered already. Just stop all the way up on the line?
Yeah.
Obviously not on the line, but
Yeah, get your nose right up to the stop bars.
take the parking brake on, squeeze the brakes. Ah, right. Engine checks. Engine checklist. Engine checks. Checklist. Park brake on. Power levers idle. Fuel selectors set on and guards closed. On. Closed. Alternate air. Check and set closed. That's on your side, so just check. And set closed. Engine and systems pages. Check all green. We've got engine page. All in the green. The page. All in the green. Reset engine page. ECU test buttons ×2 hold. To right ECU fail. The RPM increasing, decreasing. Left and right ECU A fail. And annunciations clear. RPM's idle. Let go of them. ECU selectors ×2 select ECU B. Out and down. Out and down. And everything is good. ECU selectors ×2 select auto. Auto. And auto. Throttle friction is fine as it is. Fuel gauges, check analog, reset engine page. So fuel 18 and 17, which is about 35 now, I think.
Yeah.
So we've gained some fuel.
Yeah.
53.3.
I'll go with the calculator on that. I'll leave that alone.
Okay, reset engine page. I was starting to mist up. Have we got a demister?
Exactly. So I was just about to say that. Now that checklist is complete, you can do something with the defrost.
Defrost, I would set it on, I suppose.
Exactly. And let that do its magic.
Engine checks, checklist complete.
Yep.
Before departure, we have the departure clearance. Circuits, right hand, not above 1500. Have radios. We're not really using those in the circuit. GPS, we've set up as we want. ADF is set up, not identified, but we're not really going to use it.
No, just in case we go IMC.
DME active as required. We've got it on, I think, but we're not going to use it. British and Berg's course, heading and bearing needles set as required. I suppose I could set a course for downwind.
Well, you set your course, that's your course bar. You could set your heading for downwind potentially. That'd be something that you might want to do.
So deselect OBS.
Heading.
Oh, right.
Do your heading knob. Or put your heading bar on the runway heading, but you've already got a runway heading there, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I would put that on downwind because we've got quite a stiff wind from the north east.
Yes.
What you're going to want?
20 at 7. So okay, so I'll do it 10 degrees off.
Yeah, because it's died off a bit, hasn't it? So that'll be
like
about
15, 20 degrees off the whole movie. So
yeah.
okay, so that's all set. Bearing needle set. We're okay with that, I think. Altimeters set. Both cross-checked. 1006, QNH 1006, 1006. The bug, I don't want to be above 1500, and we'll be at 1200.
Yeah,
so
you might as well bug your circuit altitude to give you something to aim towards.
1200. Score cassette, which I haven't yet. It's at 7010. Responder code 7010. Ground. Com radio is tuned and Com1 active. Com1 is active. We're on the tower tuned. There's a fly in here.
Yeah.
Oh well. Maps ×2 set as required. We've already done that. Firmers ×2 set for departure. We're set for takeoff there. Just right of centre for takeoff there. Maps are set up. Controls full and free. Seems quite free to me. Doors latched and latched. Belt for me is good, and not the pedals are good. Everyone else good?
Hey, fun.
Fabulous. Annunciations and alerts check and clear. We see just what we expect with the pitot heat. And that is the before departure checklist complete.
Great. Full length, please, Steve.
Aero 62 ready for departure and hotel backtrack.
Aero 62 via hotel, enter backtrack is required, line up runway 30.
Via hotel, line up away runway 30, backtrack as required, Aero 62. Bars are out. We're entering the runway now. So strobes can come on.
Yep.
Landing lights can come on.
Yep.
Transponder is automatic.
And what's our clearance limit?
Clearance limit in regards to taxiing?
In terms of our clearance limit is line up and wait only, yeah?
Yes.
So
We're not cleared for takeoff
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. So we leave the pitot heat until we get cleared for the takeoff.
Right, yes.
Nice.
It really does help, doesn't it, having asymmetric power?
Yeah.
Aero 62, just squawk 7010 please.
7010 in the box, Aero 62. Shall I explain that we won't squawk until we take off?
Tower, good afternoon, Cambrian 6.
Oh, we are squawking, we're in ground.
Papa, QNH1.
So we are sending out...
We are sending out something in ground, they just haven't got ground radar here.
Oh, okay.
Aero 66, comes down, good afternoon, stand by. Break, Aero 62, on turn around, runway 30, cliff takeoff, surfing 030 degrees 7 knots, runway well.
Clear for takeoff with the right turn, Aero 62.
Camera 66 comes down, good
Just turn
afternoon,
that on the numbers, is it? Yeah.
Oxford, BA Bracken, 1 Alpha departure, squawk 5264.
Full heat fail, but we expect that.
Oxford, Bracken, 1 Alpha, squawk 5264, Cambrian 66, and we are ready for start. Camera 66, correct, start your discretion on the south side. Information is Quebec, Cardiff QNH 1006.
And we are cleared for
just
takeoff.
confirm squawk 5264, Cambrian.
Good. Right, so
Okay.
wind slightly from the right, so a little bit of right aileron. 50% against the brakes.
Okay.
Everything looks normal. Eyes down the end. Release the brakes. Feed in the right rudder.
Charlie, Hotel, arrows, information.
And start to set full power.
1006, runway news.
Full power.
30.
All right rudder. Okay, stay straight. Speed alive once, twice. Power set.
Be a published VFR departure via Wenvo.
Waiting for 76 knots.
500 feet. Cardiff QNH 1006, squawk 3640.
There's 76.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Position and published VFR approach via
Straight up to 10 degrees. Rotate higher. Rotate a little bit higher. There it is. Insufficient runway. Brakes on off. On off. Gear up.
Here.
Hotel for runway 30, Golf Charlie Hotel.
And 90 knots. Perfect. You've got the right attitude. Pitch attitude is sensible. You can set climb power if you wish.
Okay, set to 90%.
And when you get to 700 feet, you can press a right turn for me.
Okie dokie, looko is good, not that we can see a lot.
Or clear to the right. Yeah, you've got a good 10k there. You can see Wenvo.
Is there a bank angle limit when we're climbing like this?
15 degrees, rate 1, which is what you've got now. Rate 1 indicators showing you rate 1. And approaching level off.
Say again, sorry.
Approaching level off.
Sorry, James, my noise cancelling wasn't working there.
Okay.
And we're just going to continue around to downwind.
Yeah, and just keep yourself at a sensible spacing. So, because you've got, well, you've only got 24 knots on the nose now, so you might want to just go wings level a second
Okay.
to buy yourself a bit of spacing.
Okay, and I'll reduce power now 120 knots.
Great. And there you can go into the downwind leg from here. Okie dokie. Just bring the right engine back a bit more, bring that back to the same sort of power. Excellent stuff. And that's great spacing there. Roll out on your heading bug, which is now.
Okay.
Have a look at the runway, look at that, perfect. Wingtips on the runway, the drift angle's going to be perfect because you've got, well, you've only got 2 knots on the left now, it says, I don't believe that. And you can call downwind.
Everything to downwind, concussion go.
Air 62, report final number.
Report final number 1, Air 62.
Okay, pre-landing checks, Buffields, brakes.
Brakes. Put pressure on the brakes, power brakes off.
Undercarriage.
The carriage speed is checked, geared down. And we've got 2 Fs now. F is fuel.
Just before you go on to that.
Sorry, gear down 3 greens.
F, flaps.
F, flaps.
Delay until you're on base leg.
Delay till base leg.
Fuel sufficient.
Fuel is sufficient. I'm kind of on instruments a bit now because
Yeah, you won't have much of a horizon. See how we get on the first one.
Yeah.
E, engine.
the engine, everything is in the green.
A, altimeters.
Altimeter set 1006.
L, lights.
Lights, all lights are on.
S, seats and belts.
Felt good.
And he's told us we can report on final number 1, has he not?
Number 1.
So, when the airfield and that runway is in your 7, so your 5 o'clock, which it is about now, you can commence your turn to base leg.
I've lost my heading a bit towards the left, so I'm going to be a bit wide.
You won't have any horizon this way now, you will have to look at the threshold.
Okay.
And then your next event is to take approach flap, so you can do that now.
Speed check 133, approach flaps.
And now set the power back to about 35%, lower the nose, maintain 95 knots, which is you've got 95, now you can lower the nose to maintain that. And look at the runway where it is.
It's there somewhere.
Looking, yep, spot on, you can see the visual aspect. Let's reduce that rate of descent though.
Oh yes, sorry.
And there you have it. Right. 92, that's perfect. Anywhere around about 90 knots, 95 knots.
Hotel, holding. Hotel, for runway 30 ready for
2 reds, 2 wide. Start your turn on the final.
Okay.
Opposition, confirm.
I think we're going to
overshoot runway 30, clear to go, so it's been 30 degrees.
Clear to go, runway 30. Alright. Yeah, wind's pushed you through a bit, but that's alright. What we will do is keep the turn on and hold your speed and slightly low, so raise the nose. Come back onto an intercept heading. 3 reds, raise the nose now to come back onto a profile. And now take the landing flap.
And the flap speed check.
85 knots you've already got. Shallow the bank angle off because the wind's coming from the right. Final checks.
Final checks, gear down 3 green. Landing flap. Anything else?
Altimeter set, cross check.
Altimeter set and cross check.
Right, you've got your 82 knots, that's your VAT speed, so slightly slow, lower the nose, take a bit of power off. Back onto the centre line now, just come to the right for me. Look at the far end of the runway, and you can see you're slightly to the left. Yep. Keep driving it down to the aiming point. A bit more to the right, we're still left of centre line.
Roger.
And the wind is from the right. You are cleared, touch and go. Speed is looking good, slightly high on the power setting, just come back on that. Come back a bit more, keep driving the aircraft down, you start coming back to 82 knots now. Deliver the aircraft over the threshold at 82. Small stick changes, start to get rid of the power now. Into the flare, power off, all the power off, hold attitude. Hold. Locate the flap lever for me. Flaps up. Flaps up. Hand on the power lever. Flaps are up and full power right rudder. Power right rudder. 76 knots, rotate, straight up to around about 10 degrees.
Charlie Hotel, DA 42
Hold the
ahead,
attitude.
circuit, right turn out, runway 30.
Sufficient runway.
Venue 020
Brakes on off. Gear up.
Copy the DA
Yeah.
42 ahead, cleared take
Nicely
runway
done.
30, request full on
Thank you.
Golf Charlie Hotel. Golf Charlie Hotel, roger, back approved. That's okay, thanks for that, Golf Charlie Hotel.
Okay, and about ready to start the turn.
Okay, around you go. Happy with the viz?
Yeah, it's okay.
A little bit shit on base leg, but on final approach it's good, and downwind it's okay, so I'm happy.
They're not too bad. Reduce it to 90% power. Oh, not that far. Beavers don't quite line up.
No, they never do. They never do. Have a look at the runway, going slightly tight, so just go wings level for a bit.
Okay. And 1100 feet. And there's 1200, and I got 108 knots. And back on power to 60.
Good, and then round you go onto downwind. That should be about right. Give you sufficient spacing. Just going to get rid of that defrost now, it's getting a bit warm in here.
Certainly is. Especially if you're working hard.
Yeah, we won't need that on anymore. Right, there you go.
Oh, sorry, I've completely ballsed up my head.
That's
Sorry.
alright. And you can give him a call downwind.
Everything is downwind, but touching
Aero 62, report final number 1.
We'll find number 1, everything.
Okay, pre-landing checks.
Speed landing checks. Just get my head sorted, and there we go. Right, brake pressure is good, parking brake is off. Gear, 188, checked. Gear down.
Now pause, wait for that to travel.
Keep my finger on it. And watch my height. Gear is down 3 degrees. Flaps we're going to delay. F fuel sufficient.
Safer.
Sorry, what comes after F? E engine. TCP's all good in the green. Oh Christ, this is green. L lights all on. Altimeters set 1006 cross checked. Reading about the same.
Just watch you don't go IMC here, Steve. Just
I think I probably will.
I have control.
Have control.
It's going to pop me down a bit. We might have to do a bad weather circuit on this one.
Okie dokie. Pre-landing checks complete, I think.
Thank you. Alright. Yeah, that's going to scupper you, I'm afraid. You're not going to be able to get visual circuits in anymore.
Area 66,
Roger
report
that.
at Holding Point Hotel.
Yeah,
runway
that's coming quite soon. Quickly.
Yeah, it's not the rain I'm concerned about. That cloud there is no good for you. Right, you have control again, Steve.
I have control.
Flap approach.
So flaps to approach.
And you're
gears.
looking for 95 knots now.
Gears check rather, not gears check.
Happy with the runway just out to your right hand side?
Yeah, kinda, yep.
It would help if you turn the bloody lights on. Right turn then, start your turn
Yeah.
on to final, right rudder to coordinate. Aero 62 with final, 30, full stop.
95
Area
knots.
62, runway 30, clear to land, subswind 020 degrees, 5 knots.
Right,
There's 62 and expect to vacate it.
right, back onto the centre line for me. You're on the right profile now, so don't dive down. You've got a high rate of D there. And now
Okay.
take your landing flap.
Flaps speed checked. Landing flap.
Final checks.
Gear down, 3 green. Landing flaps set. I want 85 knots on the approach.
85.
Roger
Slightly
that.
to the
I
left
am-
of centre line.
If I'm too high, so I'll just drop that down.
Good. Take a bit of power to get that speed back under control. Right, you're coming back onto the path. Start to reduce the rate of descent. Look at the far end of the runway. And 85, you pegged it. Deliver the aircraft over the fence at 82 or close as that as you can.
Roger.
Remember, when you get into the flare, all the power off.
Okay.
Coming down, keep driving it down. Eyes at the far end now. Power off. Hold the attitude.
Oops, sorry.
Nicely done, that's alright, you caught it. And keep the roll going, don't brake.
Don't brake.
You want us off at Golf.
Roger.
Okay, you keep taxiing forward.
Roger.
And you may even have to add a bit of power.
Yeah, okay. No, not a problem.
And that'll do, your idle power now.
Cardiff, good afternoon again, November 360 Kilo Alpha.
And you're going to be coming off
with you.
next left at
Request
Golf,
clearance
so
to
start
Chester.
gently braking, very gently
Alpha
braking.
Cardiff, good afternoon. Stand by, please.
Stand by.
We
Aero
pull the stick
62,
back.
vacate left at Golf.
Can you let it go there, 60?
Yeah, you can put the stick back if you want. And just start gently braking now.
Bye-bye.
Slowly apply and decelerate the aircraft to about 10 knots.
Second frequency, come for yourself.
Golf Channel Hotel, Cardiff radar, 119.
And around the corner you go.
119 to 155 Golf, Charlie Hotel, see you again.
Shut up. Number 360 Kilo Alpha, Cardiff, good afternoon. You cleared to Harden. It will be a Brecon 1 Alpha departure, squawk 7624.
Okay, 360 Kilo Alpha, clear to Harden, walking 7624 on the Brecon.
Usual
1
stuff.
Alpha departure.
After you've vacated.
Number 360 Kilo Alpha, correct. Start your discretion on the south side. Information is Romeo, Cardiff QNH 1006.
We've got Romeo 1006 on the QNH. 360 Kilo Alpha, starting now, thanks. In Hotel,
Bring on.
departure, Cumbria 66.
Okay, after landing.
30.
Transponder 7, well, 0
Airport back to ground,
ground.
runway 30, Cumbria
Jimmy
66.
off.
So watch the transponder. Transponder's 7,000 at ground.
So do I have to set 7,000?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to go in there. Press VFR, that'll do it.
Okie doke.
And that resets it.
Righto. Landing and taxi lights. As required, so we'll turn off the landing lights. We'll leave taxi on. Oh, and strobes are next. Off. Flaps set up. Okie doke. So that's flaps done. Trimmers to neutral. B2B off. So that's after landing checks complete. Okie dokie. Back brake off. And a bit of power. Right rudder. And there's our left turn. Lost the scent line, it's still foggy in here. There's somewhere.
Yeah, these taxiways are not the brightest. They don't paint these lines, do they?
Oh,
I can see it's just down to the right though.
Cambria 66, runway 30, clear to take off, between 360 degrees, thank you.
Please do a clear for take from Cumbria 66. And Cardiff, November 360 Kilo Alpha, we are ready for taxi.
Number 360 Kilo Alpha, report ready at
Nice
41
and
Hotel,
slow
runway
coming in
30.
here now.
Already hold
Roger.
up on Hotel, runway 30 Kilo Alpha, thanks.
And you're going to do the same as what James did. Take it in, do a 180 right and basically push it nose facing out so that we can push it back into the hangar
okay.
as best as you can.
Yes.
Always coming, guarding the brakes now, dabbing the brakes, making sure you can stop. That's a good pace. Straight forward there, and a bit further to the right.
So I'm pressing that right brake.
Good. Asymmetric power to the other side to stop it from going over center. Brilliant.
Was that?
Perfect. No real.
messy, but
Excellent. I can feel that.
Oh god, my right thigh now.
thrusters off. Excellent. Yeah.
It's a shame, those were two really good landings.
Yeah, I was. It's I'll just finish the checklist and then I'll have some wing capacity then. Alternators on. They are on. Fuel selectors